Good morning, everyone. I'm very happy to be here, this beautiful Sravasti Abbey Dharma Center. And you have done tremendous work here last short few years under the guidance of Venerable Thupten Chödrönla. And many of you, I'm sure, work very hard. And this is the way the Dharma serve Dharma, and wonderful. And you have everything round. I had a very comfortable last night, and I thought, I wish I can stay here for longer and do retreat. So quiet. Because living city with the older people is not quite fit, especially we came from, in Tibet is not city, and so then so involved with the big cities, always busy. Even you don't do busy, it's just automatically comes that. It's just around. So this is a wonderful and place. So I think it's a Buddha Dharma is flourish. You can see any place. And so today I was requested to teaching the parting from four desires or four attachment, we call. But in the Tibetan, I can easily read through and teach, but my English is not very good. So I'm going to try much as I can, and reading through in the Tibetan and translate some part. So may not get exactly every word, but I'll try my best. Because usually teaching initiations, I prefer to some translator, because even I can speak English talking, but this Dharma word is very difficult. Especially in Tibetan words, if English doesn't fit some of those words, and even the same word, there's different meanings. And the same has English, it has a lot of meanings, so it's Tibetans. So sometimes the lamas, when they teach, they don't know the English, they don't have English, they use Sanskrit. And I'm sure some people know what that means, some people don't know at all. So it's just another foreign language. But it's okay. But in, we will say in the Tibetan, all lamas, I'm an old woman, came from Tibet, and Buddha's practitioner all my life. And I was introduced to Buddhism when I was 4 years old. And then I was born with the Lama's family. My family all are very dedicated Buddhists, and my ancestors, all the leaders of monasteries and the Lamas and yogis and yoginis. So because of that blessing helped me. And of course, then later I married a Lama. And now I have sons Lama and grandsons Lama. And so they're exposed a lot with the Lamas. And then, like I said, I'm an old woman, came from Tibet. So I have received tremendous teachings, all those highly realized Lamas in Tibet. Because I left Tibet when I was 25. And so all my early life is always going through monasteries, because I married a Lama, so with the teachings and all. So I never thought I'm going to teach. I never promised I'm going to teach. And my Lamas didn't tell me I teach either. So I thought I was just receiving blessing. That's all I thought. So I didn't start teaching much later in the United States. And so many Lamas after came from Tibet. Like I said, I received the Lamas. We have in Tibetan Buddhism, there's 4 different sects Buddhism. And even today they call 5 Lakpen. Is Nyingmapa, Gajupa, Sakyapa, and Gilupa. And now they added Penka, which is, but I have not received a Pen teaching, but all other four, I received all those highly realized lamas, older lamas. And of course, His Holiness Dalai Lama, I received 3 times at the Kala Chakra, as well as the White Dara, many teachings. And the both Punso Porang and Dharma Porang, His Holiness Sajja Tenzin's father, who entered me in the mandala, Hevajra, and the first time. And then, of course, Dajjal Rinpoche's father, because I was older enough, so receiving all these teachings. And many other lamas, all accepted Buddhism. But I myself became Sakyapa, of course. I married the Sakya Lama. But I really worshipped all lamas. Not only the Buddhism, I think any religion in the world, they are great benefit and great loving compassion. And I worship. I very much them. And of course, in the Buddhist people, we say the Buddha is the best. But I think they all benefit. And I've been several times in Mexico. I was very touched with the Virgin Mary, her reincarnation, and I knew it's there. So I've been in the loss. I realized His Holiness Dalai Lama once says it's Mother Teresa is emanation of Dharma. I believe her. So any females would benefit any religion. I think they're all just the same. Tibetan call Dara is goddess of Dara is Buddhist, but I think it's Dara just emanate any religion, any benefit for sentient beings, and like loving mother, likewise. So the teaching and this, I always feel that I don't recall myself power or achievement or any myself, but I always felt that those highly realized lamas, I received the teachings and the blessing, and especially carry the mother of the Kuan lineage, Sakya. So they usually give me special kind of blessing. So I always thinking my student, I can offer from their blessing. It's not mine. Their blessing told to, and that's how I have confidence. So many of you, I'm sure, know, especially Venerable Tsumas Anis knows, but some are maybe not familiar. And in the Tibetan Buddhism, there's like lamas, khenpos, geshes, all kind of different ranking or different names they use. And the lamas who are also fully ordained, and lamas who are also married, and the Sakyapa is original lineage came from the descended from such celestial realm, and the gods came in earth, and one youngest one remained and married with worthy human, and that's how it produced all the lineage, and way up to almost 2,000 years. And that lineage carries, so the Sakyapa and lamas, the two palaces, Punso Porang, Dharma Porang, and they have to marry. They have to marry, produce sons. And if there's 2-3 sons, then they can choose. Some become ordained, but the one has to be especially oldest one who is responsibility. And so that is why. And so I remember when I married my husband, Dachir Rinpoche, my father-in-law gave the sacred ceremony and changed my name, and Jamyang Pema Baj Puti, which means the God of wisdom, lotus, and bring lots of sons. So much later, I had 3 sons. I thought I'd enough. The 4th son, I had enough. 5th son was born in America, and I really wanted a girl. So I even wanted a girl, and telling doctor when the friends and the university we brought here to Rockefeller Foundation for the research to my husband and my uncle. So the friends and professors, well, the wives, they give me. We don't have in Tibet. They give me shower, what they call it. And I told her I wanted a baby girl. Those times they don't tell you what boy, girl. And I got all pink. And my child was born a son. I didn't know in Tibet we don't have any the color. It's the children, same clothes. So I put everything. Everything, blanket, everything. And people come, so she is cute. And my son still complain me now. Because I didn't know. So anyway, I didn't have any daughter. Now I have 5 daughter-in-laws. And so anyway, there has to have son. Son is the only one carries the lineage, and daughters usually they become a nun. That up to this generation, they're all a nun. They're nun, and those nuns are very, very highly realized. 2 of them I met. One is Dutch, which is a grand auntie. One is Sajid Tinzin's grand auntie, and they both. The true emanation of Vajra Yogini. I received the teachings from them. So even the daughters carry, but there's some tradition cannot marry. All has to become nun, which is good at those times. So anyway, I thought I would just tell a little bit about the Sakya, why the Sakya and Lamas are married and carry on forth. So so I'm going to read through this the Shimbashira later Tibetan, and then I will translate. And before I start, we're going to do a little bit the praying. Pandin Tsawe Lama Rimbo Che Dage Che Wo Peme Den Shu Ne Gaden Chenbe Go Ne Je Son Te Go Son To Jo Ngo Zhu Ca Do So San Jie Che Dang So Je Che Nam Lai Chan Chu Pa Do Da Ne Jap Son Chi Da Ge Shin So Je Be So Nam Jian Zhuo Lai Pen Cira San Jian Zhuo Bai Shuo San Jie Qu Dang Cu Jiu Qu Nam Lai Chan Chu Pa Do Da Ne Jap Son Chi Da Ge Shin So Je Be So Nam Jian Zhuo Lai Pen Cira San Jian Zhuo Bai Shuo San Jie Qu Dang Cu Jiu Qu Nam Lai Chan Chu Pa Do Da Ne Jap Son Chi Da Ge Shin So Je Be So Nam Jen ro lai pen sara san jen ro bai sho sim che tam che dewa devi jodan dembarai choro che sim che tam che dong ha da dong ha che jodan chawarai choro che sim che tam che dong ha me be dewa da men rawa che sim che tam che nye ren cha dan den chawe dong nyom ne barai choro che lai ke dan le dan no shin ke zhobom ta ta mo ye ke nam ta zhuwa gen je zha nam che za ba tam che ke da da ke che den do sa xie bu xie zu xue me do zhang zhi zha li xin ye de jian ban de san jie xian da mi de pu lo wa ro ke nam da xian do jie bai shuo. So what the Shimba Shira in the Tibetan call is parting from four attachment, and this was when Sajin Gunga Nyingbo is the founder of Sakya. You may seen it, all five founders Sakya lineage, and he is the one is the oldest one in the father and the founder of Sakya set, and he was of course when he was conceived mother, and his father Kunkuncho Jabo was a teacher. I had a vision, and he when conceived Manjushri sorry, not Manjushri, the generous Avalokiteshvara appeared in the Lama's vision. So, and then Sajin Nyingbo was conceived mother, and then of course there's a lots of signs and auspicious signs when he was born, and also his teacher and had a vision of the true generous Avalokiteshvara, and he is a true generous Avalokiteshvara emanation. It's like we call it, His Holiness Dalai Lama is also Avalokiteshvara generous. So when Sajin Nyingbo was 11 years old, he was born I think 1092, and so when he was 11 years old, his father passed away, and they had like I said in the earlier Sakya lineage, they having so much popular not having sons and carry on the lineage. So the Kunkunjo Jabo teacher, the Lama Namkaupa, he the one who did pray to have a Sajin Nyingbo. And when the Sajin Nyingbo was 11 years old, his father passed away, and he was too young to holding the throne. And thus his mother, Maji Shamo, who was very, very capable, and she made him to do the special study with the High Lamas, and there has a representative such a throne holder. So when he went to retreat, Manjushri retreat, his teacher told he is the true emanation. In generally, the Sakya current lineage is three deities, which is the generous Avalokiteshvara, and is the god of compassion, loving compassion, and the Manjushri, and Sulanjambeyang, we Tibetan call. In Manjushri is the god of wisdom, and Bhajapani with the subduer, and so those three. And some of you may seen at the Sakya monasteries or Sakya flags. There's three colors: red, white, and blue, which represented those three deities. So anyway, I saw when he went to retreat Manjushri, and after 6 months, and he had a vision of Manjushri came with Manjushri in the center and the two, and so, and this gave this a 4-line teaching. And this four-line teaching is what is the Manjushri appeared and said, Tsendila shena chöba men, kowale shena ngenjung men, dadanla shena changsen men, zimbachona tawa men. And these 4 lines. And these 4 lines has almost Mahayana Buddha's, everything is in there. Which is in the English term, if you are attached to this life, you are not a person of a Dharma practitioner. If you are attached to Sakya existence, you are not have the renunciation. If you are attached to your own purpose, you are not have the bodhicitta. So, grasping race, you are not have the view. And this is roughly translation. So that is has, and of course much later, and many Sakya current lineages and Ngoba, very highly realized Ngoba Khenpos, and even some other religions, they did a commentary of these 4 lines. And there's many volumes. Different Lama has a different vision, different translation, different compose. So one of his son was Jitsun Trapa Gyantse, his 3rd son, Sajin Gonyima's 3rd son. And this is more popular, and because Jitsun Trapa Gyantse received teachings from his father, as well as very one of the Sakya, these 5 founders Lama, and he was fully, he was, let's see, fully ordained, and all those 5 are fully ordained anyway. So, so he did this commentary. So I am, tradition. I'm going to read in the Tibetan, then translate a little bit and go back. So he first prays this. Gadin jinji lama ta, tuji jinji yedam la, nini japso chila chi, dala chinji labdo so, chuminji joba gondu men, shujin robar jeba la, shemba shira danga tsala. So this is he prays to the Sajin Gonjimbo, his father. So he going to do this commentary and he prays. So that's the praise part. Then, like I said, it's Sendela Shine Chuba me, Kowale Shine Ngenju me, Dadan Shine Chanse me, Zimba Chuna Tawa men. So these 4 lines he wrote. Tsendilation Chuba man, which means that if you only thinking this life, which means we always do, kind of, not quite always, but most time, just do, want to be happy life, and pleasant, to have everything round, so we. Yes, you can pray that way. Yes, sometimes we will achieve. So then it's really not benefit for the Dharma, because it's yourself is doing. It's in the Lishena. That's Tse is the Tibetan word is life. Di means this life. If you're thinking only in this life, I want to be happy, I want to be the famous and learn all those things, and then it's really not no Dharma. So in the Tibetan always say, there's I may come later, is when we were born with the human life, and this is the great opportunity. There's 6 realms in the universe. We have 6 realms. La, mi, la, lamai, mi, nyawa, yeda, tunro. 6 high realms, 6 lower realms. And even the God realms, if you just enjoy, forget all the things, you may go to lower realm. So, but opportunity is the human realm, the best in the human realm. And it was in the Tibetan, sometimes we use the Milu Rinpoche. Mi is human, Rinpoche. We all can call it Rinpoche. precious human if we recognize, and especially like we are. We have all around teachings around, teachers around, our opportunity around everything, and physically we are fine. We are not mentally problem. We are not kupo, no, so this is what we are. We are precious. Nobody call us Rinpoche, but that we are Rinpoche. So Milu Rinpoche, that you can say that. So Tsendeleshena, and so this is what quote he says Tsendeleshena Chuba man. So Tsendeleshena Chuba man. So when you have this life, you Tsendeleshena Sutum de Chuje Jubi Zawachen Sutum Sutung Nyemba Sheba de Sutung Nyemba Tado Jin Rangi Sutung Ngopa Jin Ngendro Dubi Saben Jin Jumi Sutum Shola Sho. So if we think diligently, pray this life, I am a precious life. I want to do something for myself and others, and to practice Dharma for sake of all the sentient beings, and so forth. If doing that, then it's very good. But what he also said is, sometimes we want to be happy ourselves, and if others doing the more, you have some jealousy, and I myself are the best, and ego carry. Don't do that. Surely means that's first he was saying that. And we have to aware of, if human being, we automatically, naturally comes, and then you remind yourself the God's way. But we usually don't do that, so it's so that we have to remind ourselves. Even we pray like food offering. And generally we do food offering to Buddha, Bodhisattvas all, an offering, and plus please bless in this food. And not from my sacrifice, my hunger or thirsty, but all the sentient beings. How many in the world the suffering, hunger and thirsty, satisfy for them. So please this food or drinking it eat. That kind of we pray, so the bodhicitta mind. Because the Buddha and Bodhisattva, they don't need food. But we praise, give a blessing, and to help the others. That kind of says, when the first line is more like saying that when you do practice, and so Tsendeleshena said it, not practice just this life. You may, because Buddha's power game, you may gain some Tsedila happiness. Yes, you get blessing, but then what? Next life. So that's why. Tēsāng chibē kānsā la, chijadu bē lōng chē pā, mari sē bē dōmē chē, rōan dē bē lām jū chē, chū jī gui sābēn chē. Tēsāng la mē pā mēndā xē, tsēndā la xē bē tēsāng dē ngā jā dō bē lōng chē tāng, tēsāng mē pā nye pā chē. Tēsāng dēn bē chā dō chē, koda longche tsowa jen ngendro do with some, like I mentioned, it's you do the practice, not only just Dharma or practice something to game yourself, and all of this game thinking the game yourself eager, and that's the wrong thinking. Even anything like that, like we are born in the. Like I said, one of the human realm is a desire realm. So it's so many people have just always want something more, right? So this is a try to avoid, and remind yourself, I'm doing this practice for sake of all others, not myself to benefit. Okay. Gomba jibu kansa do nyemo bongi nyembo jen, tabadu with zawa jen, sanje du with sabende. Gombala mepe mindukte tsindala mini gombate Impermanence, Tunzin, Long Tong Mavi. No to chen, to some chilla, go at jen, gomba shen la tado jen, rangi gomba, nami jen, chuji, something shola show. So even if you do practice something good for Dharma, even you go very nice area like this, practice, thinking outside the world. And after I finish this, I want to be famous. I want to go do and make more money, or so forth. That, better than others. That's kind of translations telling. So there's so many things, so many ways, but still remind yourself, whatever I'm doing, good cause, good things, for sake of others. And the Mahayana practice, we pray others, and then you get the merit. That's kind of universal. And then that's the lesson that Shuba means. And then, and then Nyangen dawa drubala, kamsung la shemba pongwa tsal, kamsung la shemba pongwa wana, kui nyemba teba yung. Tambo donghal chi donghal te, ngensong somje donghal yi. Dele parasam na, chisha puru, todo pana, seta me, pomi gewa meduk para, ngensong ki, sonam che po, te kanda dokchong tilele, jubi donghal, samsara na, tori ngenro rowa yu, jajin tama gewa yu, nida mumba, draw you. You return to give you. Telula then, Yiche Jang, Pabi Topper, Minu Bara, Rana, Mi Jumate, Michupo, Drangbon Royindo, Katapo, Shembon Royindo, Mimambo, Chikden Royindo, Tela Sopa Samicha, Duje Dongha, Samsana. Chawi lela simba me, mi maya nyung do do, no chuk chang do la do be do. Mi se tam che trasana, traje do la tam che chi, che yang tra la simba me, send la trabi, go wen ju, kobi dong hang chi pumbo la, shemba shida, tilele. And this one, now you can say that you will have to think and comes from Koa, a samsara word. Samsara word, no matter how we do, we daily like we do, get up and wash up and just go work and finish work, come home, do again, cook. Just samsara, this never ends. But this is what we were born. But at the same time, you thinking. But every day, every moment is closer to, our life. Little closer to passing like a death or so. So whatever we have, time, whatever we thinking, walking, whatever, you always try the positive thinking or the benefit for others. And so remind the samsara. You can see if you have a beautiful family and everybody around you, wealth, health, everything, but not permanent. It's gone. And there's saying like there's many in the family, might go just one. Or it's the richest family, they have so many things. Impermanent. It become the poor. And so, like so forth. And so, then it's our human desire is we're born with the desire, which never really satisfies. We have one, we want two. And we have one car, we want second car, better one, look, a more modern. even the cell phone, oh, this is better. It can work. Things, this is because the human nature. So try to think, remind it, all samsara would just put it aside. I have enough, I'm happy, I have everything around. What I can do is I can do all the positive things and help the others as well as myself. Even I be born with the human being in next life, I want to be benefit something for benefit others, thinking that kind of soul. So explain his even this changing soul, the changing time, like the rain and then sun shines. Oh, beautiful sun, cloud. It's just the changing that the way our life changes every moment, same thing. So to remember the changing, and especially changing is the samsara, dungha, which means suffering. And the suffering is so many ways of suffering. You have suffering, health suffering, wealth suffering, and family suffering. You have loved one parted, and so this sufferings but you have to pray, take that too. So this is the human nature. There's nothing, we are born with ourselves, we will die ourselves. But if don't understand, we plan for always, even in the bed, die in bed, we plan for tomorrow, next year. It doesn't work, impermanent, have to think. So we are here, beautiful, listening some Dharma, and gathering on beautiful temple, all this, we don't know. We don't know, it's impermanent. The remind and impermanent. And this will help tremendous, not only help yourself, but it helps so when we ready to our life's end, and you don't scare to die. Because I have done good deed, good things in my life, helping others, myself. Now my time's up, so okay. And so that I will have confident my life maybe later be born with good, even not three high realms, maybe benefit for others. Maybe, if reached enlightenment and Buddhahood, and so confident. Because if we don't do these things, and then you have big regret, it's too late. And then regret carries when we die, and you are scared, you're frustrated, and big regret that leads not getting on your path of enlightenment or path of your way you are, because you're confused. So that's why with the lifetime we do our best and the best we can. So it's not only the way we said helping for the round people, helping all the sentient beings, even the in the Buddhism, I'm sure Venerables understand this. They're walking, and you may step over the ants or worms without knowing what you can do. With knowing, you can put in let's say safe place, pray, and because all the sentient beings is our father and mother, we Tibetan Mayan practice. So this kind of tremendous will help. So it's the Dongha is, of course, the human life is suffering. Like even I mentioned you that this sixth realm of universe has the human's best, but still you suffer with be born, aging, sickness, and death. Four is just there. But beside that, you may have the bad disease, or some around your family have that suffer, or there's so many suffer in our life. But we already know, and so that we do our best. What we can do with our best. So that's the thought. And this is Donghan. Me mama yung do no cho no cho. Me sure the top of chits and the legend go na Koi Dongha Pomansa. And you say Koi Dongha as the void of samsara. We cannot really avoid samsara because we live in samsara world. It's no way to avoid. But just remind ourselves. So okay, the ancient going. Okay. Shimba Shedra Nyangenda and Dewa To Shimba Shedra Nyamji Long Dot Chibu Tarwa Penjume Kamsum Semjen Pamai Pama Donghaji Zedu Sha Dot Dewa To Natilele Kamsumji Dongha Dala Ming Dagusanam Semjen Cher Sonan Di Chilupji Semjen Tamche Sangye tops, so like I said, we have to think it's all other sentient beings. And in the Tibetan Buddhists believe all the sentient beings once or other time our father and mother. So when we pray, whenever we pray, we always pray to Buddha and Bodhisattvas in the front of us, what you did. And they will put your mother right and the father left, all around. Even when we do pray like 7 lamp praying, whatever we do, we always pray for all the sentient beings, all animals, even your pets, everybody will pray. But when you do that, don't, human understand, but pets like, the animal realm, which is ignorance, they don't know anything good or bad. But you visualize their understanding. Some pets do understand. So you understand all the praying and getting blessing penetrated them, thinking that even, and so you when you pray. And of course, the loving mother, and that's, we talk so much about mother. Mother is the one who matured, carry in the stomach, and other animals, like human is the only one, and other animals, when they're born, in a few hours they walk, but not human. You have to mature until years, and feed, carry, worry. So you can see how the parents are, especially mother. And mother's one who carries all, worries, carries. That's why we have mother of Dara, Mother Dara, they call her. And Dara, especially Green Dara, promised herself and saying that she will be the loving mother, no matter who they are, pray for her, she will come. And so when the Lama was telling this, he was a vision that saying, and somebody who are not Buddhist, not even know anything about, and he had trouble in the pray, Tara, and Tara came and says, when you're happy and enjoying, never call me. Now, only time you call me when you hurt problem, but I'm here anyway. It's true. Green Tara does come, and she will come with a different manifestation. I had a vision in Hawaii. She's wearing even the lace skirt, grass skirt. So she will come, but you don't recognize. And sometimes if you pray, you may have a dream with your mother, sister, or girlfriend, and that's her emanation. She promised herself she won't be remained a female form, want to help other beings, because the female has most sensitive and feeling, because we're the one who carries the babies and more. So closer to earth, close to nature, closest to. And I'm sure the father, men have that. But sometimes they have a little ego, pretending I don't have it. Men. But they have loving caring, of course, I believe lots. So that's why the mothers, no matter, even see something right away, goes there too. That's why it's very important to pray. So this is what it's saying, that you visualize your mother. When you pray, if you want to pray anything, you pray sometime in the beginners difficulty to pray whole world, whole universe. We don't really know whole world is, like, but you can start to pray your family, father, mother, partner, children, and then extend a little bit your neighbor, your friends, extend, and practice more, then comes automatically. And it sounds like you just one person pray doesn't help. It does help. Each individual, we have, like His Holiness, the responsibility. Each one have responsibility to do this. So comes with one person goes the other's teaching, not just all comes same time. It doesn't work that way. So that's why it's very important to pray. And no matter, like here says, I want to be enlightenment. I want to be happy. I want to be everything. But think back. You don't want to leave all of your sentient beings, all your parents, all your loved ones, especially mother, leaving their suffering. Why you want to be happy? So no, I want to help them first. So that's what I have thinking. Shimbashita nyangenda dewa to shimbashita nyamji long tachiputa pinjume. So this kind of thinking is a tremendously help and tremendously benefit. And more you thinking, even you do the offerings, I'm sure your Buddhist, of course, the Venerals have their own shrine, their own practice, their own things. And even when you do meditation, pray, you do try visualize more. We may have the small dharma, a small water offerings things, but when more you visualize vast, and when we do meditation, when we are in pure realm, and to help all others, and we don't think it's just a small room and setting. It's just open, pure realm, and blessing to all the Buddha and Bodhisattvas, and help for the all sentient beings. Especially today's world is so many disasters going all around. And this, I believe, a part of what humans are doing. And we always say something else, always blame something, but it's the human has intelligent, can practice to become Buddhahood, and they have intelligent become the evil mind, destroy the world. So that's why we try to turn to the peace and happiness. And those who I always tell, those who are family, lay practitioner, who have children, and always starting with telling the children it's good things. And also telling the family who have children, young children, have some pets, like dogs and cats. And they're all kind of nuisance, lots of work. But the children learn loving, caring, responsibility. When I was young, I always had cat, dog, pony, and even I have a sheep with 4 horns, and I decorated all the jewelries. So I am so busy with taking care of them. You know, I have a horse pattern. Every morning in Tibetan we eat samba. And I always put on the side one bowl and feed my pet. And this horse eats everything. Everything I feed. So when I come out from my house, the horse cannot come to house on the outside. Always waiting there. So this, I think, is very, very good. We had pets up to a few years. And the top of the nose, Daja Rinpoche has a whole dog all the time. But now that dog died, Tsubo dog died. Now, please, no more. Because I have to take care. And which is just, I have no patience. So we have the stuffed dogs all around. Dog and horse and cat and all there. So, because too much work, but when the children, when the young people, it's very good to have. Very good to, and it's the feed. They are very good, companion. So, they are born with animal realm, but they have all the Buddha seed. So that's why it's really important too. So we have to also thinking that when we practice defilement and practice the most important in Mahayana Buddhism is Guru, your teacher. And without teacher, and Dharma will not found. You can say three triple gem we call Buddha, Dharma, and Sangha. And Buddha who showed how to enlightenment. And even Buddha comes here, I want enlightenment. He cannot give you enlightenment. You have to do it. Each of us have to do our own, and he showed the path. That's what Buddha's doctrine. We follow that. And so the teaching in the Tibetan world says it's very important to three, what do you call it, is Buddha, Dharma, Sangha is how important those three are exampled. Like if you are sick with some kind of bad disease, and you go to doctor, and we exampled doctor is Buddha. His doctor is kind of tell you what kind of symptoms you have, what kind of sickness. And the Dharma is medicine. So then Buddha described, this is medicine you need. That's his doctrine. So that's why we practice. If you go doctor, not take medicine, you don't heal anything. So that's why that's teaching the Buddha is especially pure teaching the Buddha. And it's really important to do. And then sanghas, a community, those are the monks and nuns and ordained, most ordained. And then we ourselves, in a Dhamma centers, we have a community we call a sanghas. But we're not called that yet. But we use it, sanghas and community. And those are very, very important to have. So the Buddha describe your symptoms, your sickness. And Dharma is the medicine. And then community who help you giving that. Nurses won't give you medicine. And Dharma just practice. And Buddha not give you, they only write you this. So that's very important. Especially the Dharma community, I will always say, of course, every Dhamma center, they have a Dhamma policy. Some things, we are human. But do your best. Do your best. Helping each other, loving, and sharing what you learn, and practice together. And this is very important. Community is very important. We need sanghas. And I tell, of course, we have I was teaching last 2 weeks ago, last week there, etiquette. Sanyimare. Yeah, last Sunday, I think, Saturday, teaching Dharma etiquette. And because even though I can see in this center, very, very good, clean, very dedicated student. But newcomers don't know background, and that's not their fault. So we tell what to do. And especially those are once you receive the refuge or you want to become Buddhist, so important to respect to the who are wearing the Dharma clothes. Those are, because that's, even we find pieces just some on the floor, the pieces we don't step or we put a higher. And that's really important because they are the real Buddhist followers, Dharma followers. And the teaching is most important. And when you have a shrine and you put it up, you always put the Dharma books higher than statue. That's the most important. The books, and once there's Dharma books and teacher, we don't put on the floor. If accidentally you drop on the floor, you pick up and put it in your head. Because that's the word from teaching. And we have pretty much in the Sakya monastery, we have, everyone has a little book, what do you call? Book, not shelf, table kind of open. We have and sometimes if somebody calls, lamas call, come, and they forget, they walk over. You can see sometimes. They try to put it all higher, but somebody in a hurry, walk over. So you can't do that. And this is because Dharma teaching, and for example, your rosary, this is you're blessed, and you do mantra, and very holy things. You put your neck, or you put on some special. And one time in the Sakya monastery, there's an older gentleman comes always, and he says he's a Buddhist for many years. And he was a student of some Lama in Nepal. And I sit in the corner, he always sits near me. And it's very nice, very gentle. So he has some problem in his feet, so he brings a slipper, and then Dharma, take shoes off and a slipper. And so then he has very fancy rosary with all the decorated, really fancy, and he does, and it's very nice in our. But then later I saw he comes this slipper with a nice bag, very nice bag, Nepalese bag. He put that slipper and then he take shoes off and put slipper on. And then when he finished his prayer, he puts his rosary with the slipper. And he was doing his best with the fancy. So I didn't want to say it with the front of people. But one day I said, I bought really rosary bag, nice rosary bag with the Dara on it. So I gave him that. I said, please separate the rosary with shoes, your mala with shoes. He said, why? I said, it's because this is your Dharma, that's goes your feet. You can do that. Oh, then he realized that. So people think that you do your best things you do, but sometimes misunderstanding. So that kind of little things, but because you respect Triple Gem, you get blessing. And the more you do, more you learn. And the more you practice, you get kind of open your mind. And it's good to have a question, because in the background, the Westerners don't have like Tibetan Buddhism or East. Because when we first came, in America in 1961, and there are hardly the Buddhist centers. I don't think there are any we saw. And then some people say, oh, I'm Buddhist practitioner, I read books. That doesn't really mean you're Buddhist. And the Buddhist, if you want to become Buddhist, you're good to receive initiation or a refugee vow. Then you are Buddhist. But you're interested in reading book. Today, even the internet, you will learn everything from there. All kind of things. That means you are interested in Buddhism, but you have not connected transmission from that. You have to have received in Mahayana Buddhism. Those are the lamas, teachers. When you look in the teacher, you have to look some lamas that not always got ranking name, or today's I see there are lots, everybody His Holiness. In my time in Tibet, there was only 3 holiness. Now it's almost everyone His Holiness. So, and when you see this, oh, this Lama came from Tibet, His Holiness, it doesn't mean holiness. But you have to go look background. It's in Buddhism teaching says, when you practice, you find a teacher, find the right one. Doesn't matter the Lama who carries lineage through, transmission through, from Buddha, Lord Buddha Shakyamuni to today. Doesn't matter Lama, humble or geisha or teacher, monk or woman, doesn't matter. But once you go and you find that this is right, this has carrying for up to now, then you don't need any teacher. That Lama will do. And this Lama, if you're living with you or far away, like Venerable Tibetans children, she's benefit for all other beings. And she stays here only half a year. But it doesn't matter. Her blessing and connection is still with you. Far or close, because you pray. You're doing her wish. You've been doing all her vision. You're doing all her dream. Fulfilling, and that's the best work you do. And supporting Lama and feeling wishes and practicing the teacher and Guru's teaching. That's our best priority. So, and when we first came here, Galu Rinpoche, Deshun Rinpoche, they always said, problem is Westerners, they shopping the Dharma. It goes one Lama, and this Lama, and then they see somebody, oh, this is better Lama, go that. So I tell her, some students come to me and says, I want a refuge taken from you. I say, have you ever taken before? Some said no, then I do give. And some said, yes, but I didn't know. I didn't really like it. I want to change it. I said no. And that's against my, samaya, because you already receive. If you want to receive refugee vow, it's okay, I give you. But you keep that first name, what you received. That's your first teacher. And so it's important. And then you go just round, teaching, find this Lama, that Lama, and you never find one. Just shopping always. And so, like I mentioned you, we have 4 sets of Buddhism, in Tibetan Buddhism. They all are Lord Buddha Shakyamuni's follower. And sometimes many people misunderstand, oh, I'm Gajupa, I'm not going to Sakyapa. Oh, I'm Gelupa, I'm Sakyapa. That's not good. You go, receive it, but your teacher is in the heart. Always keep there. But you learn more. Each time you may learn different, because like pray lineage, it's because the Sakyapa carries through Sakya Lamas. And Nyingmapa. And Gelupa. And the Sakyapa connected with all three very closely, because the Sakya and even the great Dzongkha Bachimbo, his teachers, Randawa Shinulori, his teachers are Sakya are connected. And then Nyingmapa of Pamasambawa is give a teaching direct to Kongonja Jawa, direct teaching. And this is one of the today Sakya practice, what do you call it? Puba Lakansa. Puba Bajikilaya practice came from the Nyingmapa. And then the Vajrayogini is connected with Kadyuba. And so it's and then it's the Kala Chakra from the Lamri is from Gilupa. They're all, I usually tell the students, especially new students, older students don't need to, they know. When you see the beautiful temple, this temple has 4 doors. So you choose which door you want to go in. That's like a 4 set of Buddhism. Inside the Buddha, same thing. You will see the same Buddha. So of course there is like I said, the different teaching, because those holy realized lamas, who came to giving teachings, bringing from transmission from Buddha Shakyamuni to today, is they have some visions different, they have dreams different, so then carries different line. And then their own teachers. So in Tibet, today there's still, yes, but the lots are gone, destroyed by communists. Destroyed, but they're still up. But of course they have own sadhana, they have own doing. But the general things like Tara and the Cheresi, they're all the same. It's just practice, the lineage is different, and the dedication sometimes you put different. So because you want to pray dedication for your Lama, and you want to pray for your teacher's lineage, they're all the same. So these things still I remember, and when you really want to become Buddhist practitioner, find good teacher, good guru, and then follow that. Like I said, doesn't matter far or close, follow that teaching. And once you're receiving the initiation or refuge vow, you are Buddhist. Otherwise, like you Buddhist reading the books, looking internet and learning lots. Maybe some Buddhist people, do you learn those who are reading internet and then the reading books learn more than some Buddhist practitioners. They don't have much time to look in those, just to practice. But that doesn't mean you're Buddhist. Because you are, for example, looking outside a beautiful temple. Oh, I like that. I wonder what is inside, thinking. When you're receiving the refugee vow, you are in. And then the teachers have responsibility, protection of that student. And the student has to take certain commitment. And the people who are like yourself, I don't think any hard that cannot take in commitment. It's just what you're doing, it's fine. And I have my friend, one student, and she became Buddhist. She practiced a lot, and she wanted to put her husband to Buddhist. And he interested. He helps. He never, rejected anything when she goes to center and do. But he was want to come or not come. And then she told her, you are boring, you must become Buddhist. Then we both go to center and practice. Finally he came, and I was giving some refugee vow. And then And he said his hobby is fishing. He can't give up. So I said, well, you know, they don't need food. So I said, why? Because that's why his father talked. That's what his hobby. So almost every week, that's his enjoyment. So then what do you do? Then you take fish. And he said he doesn't need it, so he gives her friends. So years later, finally he gave up that. Said it's really not benefit. So now he became Buddhist. He took refuge, which is good. So the people is really, that is too much desire. So you have attachment, you can let go. So some things you cannot let it go. We understand how closeness, maybe benefit, is okay. Some unnecessary, that kind of attachment, you don't need it. It's just myself. My enjoyment just go to hobby, fishing. I catch fish. I got big one. So what? Didn't realize those people, you know. That's so it's important to learn things.